Hi, today I want to show you how I mix a song from start to finish and how to get release-ready results every single time. So I got this project here in front of me. As you can see, I have a lot of different tracks from different vocal stacks, the lead vocal, doubles, high doubles, and so on. And then also a lot of different instruments like keys and pads, bass lines, and of course drums here. Usually I mix my tracks while I'm producing, but now I want to show you what to do if you have the finished song, the finished production, and have all the stems, and then just want to get a really nice mix. The mix here is not really great so far. It's completely untouched and sounds not too good. Let's have a listen. Everything is very muddy, the gain is all over the place, so we need to start fixing it bit by bit. What I usually do is to start with the loudest element in the track. So this is mostly the kick drum, and the rest of the tracks I mute all of them. It's very important at the beginning that all faders are set at 0, so later on we're not confused and can just adjust based on the rest of the track. So the first thing I want to do is to drag the strip on the kick drum. Select the kick drum as signal type and let it listen for a few seconds. As you can see, there's not so much stuff that the strip turned on. That's because of the fact that I have a kick drum sample here, which is probably very compressed and edited already. That's mostly the case with like kick drums or drum samples in general from sample packs. But what it did is to level our kick. As you can see now, the kick is at a level of around minus 12 dB. See it here. And this is the perfect starting point for getting a nice headroom later on, because if our kick is the loudest element and we are already around like minus 2 dB or something, if we add more elements, we will get a problem. Our whole track will be much too loud and we cannot properly master it and everything. So I have this kick here now at minus 12, and I think I will not do anything else to it. Let's now add the next element. I will always drag what I'm working with to the top. Can take the clap now, strip again, signal type clap. And we already have a nice balance between the kick and the clap. As you can see, the strip turned the clap down minus 3 dB. So our kick is the loudest element, the clap is 3 dB below that. Let's maybe now have the probably most important element of our mix, the lead vocal. So I put the strip on the lead vocal here. Vocal, lead vocal, male, it's a male vocal. Listen. Okay, so here the strip did a bit more. It activated a pretty strong compression, because when it comes to vocals, I let the strip listen to a longer part of the signal so it can detect if there's a lot of changes in dynamics. Because if there's a lot of changes in dynamics, the compression should be higher. And if I only play a very short part, then it will not know that there is a much more silent part here and a louder part there. So I always try to let it listen to a very long portion of the song, or of the vocal in this case. Turn on the reverb and the delay, so we already have a nice sound. Also some multiband compression, but I want to look at the balance EQ now. This is off by default, but if we turn it on and listen to the signal, we can see this Cyan line here is very high, or higher than the middle line here. So we turn it down a little bit. As you can see here, the high frequencies are also below the line. Let's have a listen again. Maybe it should even be less of the low frequencies. We have a low cut here. Maybe we raise it also a little bit, like this. So now you can see I have very extreme settings now to get the line on like an even line here. And as you also can hear, it sounds much better, much clearer. The strip also suggested some problem areas or potential problem areas. So we can turn on the corrective EQ and have a listen at the different suggestions here. Yeah, that's definitely some stuff we can drag down a little bit, but don't overdo it. It was not horrible now because I already had also this correction here. So it makes no sense to overdo stuff. So this sounds really nice now, just a little bit of reduction on those bands. But to get any harshness out of the vocal, I want to open the smoothing panel. Let's turn it on and open it. Was just playing around a little bit with the selectivity. The selectivity basically is how sensitive the algorithm is to harsh frequencies. So when I hit on solo, I was listening only to the stuff that the plugin selected as unwanted frequencies. Here it says reduction 50%. So those unwanted frequencies will be turned down by half the volume. And I think this did a nice job on smoothing the vocal. The rest of it sounds really great to me. Very important, as you see, I'm not soloing the tracks each by each. I'm listening always to the context of everything. And I think this is very important because only when you listen to all of the stuff together instead of hearing to everything in solo, you get the bigger picture. When I started out, I often listened very long to tracks in solo, and you will always find some stuff you did which you want to fine-tune, which is maybe not relevant in the whole context, or you tweak everything that it sounds good on its own, but will not sound like a nice cohesive mix at the end. So I always add one more track and listen to everything together, unless I need to find something very specific, for example, a really unwanted frequency somewhere, then I go into solo. But unless that's the case, I will just start staking and staking track by track. I always start mixing on the chorus parts, because usually if I get those stuff right, then the verses and parts with less elements are also very easy to get in. And the hardest part is always to get the chorus right. So I make the chorus first and everything else should basically follow. Now that I have all these doubles and high doubles and chorus stuff, I will make a group out of it and will process them all together. Hey, do you wanna know? Now I'm adding the strip on the group. And there is also a signal type preset for backing vocals. Let's try this one. Hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like? Hey, it's still burning, burning. It's still burning, burning. It's still burning. So hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like? Double checking the balance EQ again. I see that there are some low mids going on. I also heard it, so I was checking, and I will turn this down, maybe even more aggressively than I would on a lead vocal, because we don't want this muddy stuff to add up. Hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like? Hey, it's still burning, burning. It's still burning, burning. It's still burning. So hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like? Also here on the corrective EQ, I'm trusting the strip on the suggestions, and it sounds pretty clean. Very strong compression here as well, because it detected that there's a lot of different dynamics going on. So now we have a really nice, even limited, I see, even put on the limiter. So we have a really nice compressed, cohesive background vocal stack here. So what's next? Let's start to add maybe some bass. So I have this drop bass here. Let's add it as well. Let's put the strip on it. Bass, synth bass. Very easily found the perfect level for the bass and didn't really do anything besides that, which means basically that the signal is very edited before. Again, there was already a lot of compression applied. What I want to add is the shaper here. So I have a nice sidechain ducking effect for the kick and the bass to play together. Very nice. So what do we add next? Let's maybe get the rest of the rhythm stuff in. Maybe most important, the hi-hat here. Open hi-hat, strip, select the signal, hi-hat. Also here, it didn't do too much. There's a low cut going on. The most important part probably was the leveling, because also here, I think this is a already very processed drum sample. So it doesn't make sense to process it even further if there's not something wrong with it. And it seems there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good sample. And that's something I would suggest anyway. If you have the feeling you have to fine-tune so much stuff on something simple like a drum sample, then probably it's not the right sample. So sometimes it's far, far easier and much more fun to just swap the sample, try a different hi-hat instead, or kick or whatever, instead of fine-tuning it for hours. It will just be the same sample, only over-processed. So if you have the feeling you're fine-tuning too much, then maybe switch the sound. What we can do is we can add a little bit of auto pan, not too much, but a little bit of auto pan to the hi-hat, give some nice variation to it. Nice. So what's next? We have snare here, just a little addition, but let's do it next. Drum, snare. The volume's great. From a creative standpoint, I would add some nice reverb to it. Yeah, much better. The rest is great. Now we can add the rest of the drums with the crash and the shaker. Do drums, percussion. What the plugin doesn't know is that this shaker is something that I really want to have in the background. If you have an element that really is just there to add a little bit of ear candy but should sit very far in the background, you can use this dim button here, and now it's much more in the background. Now it's just this little nice addition to add some more rhythm. Last drum element here is the crash. This is very straightforward. Drums, FX. Bigger so I can see it better. Perfect. Now we have all the drums. We can do an extra step and group the drums. Let's move the rest of the drums to the top. As we are using so many different instances of the strip and have so many different tracks, sometimes, I'm on 10% here, maybe But what I always like to do, if I'm happy with something, in Ableton, for example, it's called freeze, but every DAW has a feature like that. I freeze the tracks, and now the strip doesn't have to process the signal all the time when you're listening to it. Now it's like basically a rendered audio file. But if we want to change something later on, we can just unfreeze it again and still have the full flexibility. Now I'm grouping all my drum tracks here. So I have this drum group. Now we'll add another instance of the strip on this group, just to add the last 10% to my drum mix. Let's have a listen. Just added a little bit more of compression and nice punch. I want to have even more emphasis on the transients and make the drums stick out a bit more. So I used the transient designer. Let's listen to the drums in solo for this part. I loop this bit here. What the transient designer does, it finds the transient, so the very first attack of each drum sound, and I can change the volume of it compared to the rest of the stuff. So for example, if we listen to the transient only, we can hit solo here. A very cool feature is to use this sync function. This makes sure I always get only the transients I really want to have. And for example, in this case, I know it's a straight groove, so let's try sync it to 1/8 notes. To play around with the sensitivity, the higher the sensitivity, the more transients it will detect. So when I started to listen to it, I only heard the kick drum transients, kick and snare. But if I raise this, I can also now hear the hi-hats. And now we can just push those. And just have this a bit more snappy professional sound on the drums. Perfect. Now let's add more musical stuff. Put the strip on this melody. We have synth, try synth melody. Okay, so sounds great, but let's have a look at the balance EQ. I always like to play around a little bit with this balance EQ, and it mostly shapes, and I always get a really nice balanced signal out of it. Maybe let's add a little bit of reverb and delay to the sound as well. The rest of the settings are very nicely done by the strip already, so nothing more I need to do. So basically I think we already have almost all of the drop. I have this plug here. Now let's add this plug as well. Put the strip on this plug track. Synth, synth plug. And now we listen to it. Now it's not really noticeable in the track. It does something nice, but we can check if we want to have it a little bit louder based on our taste. So I don't want to pan it, so I click the C here, so it's locked to the gain only. If I don't lock this, I can also pan it around the signal. If I lock it here, I can only pan. Let's go back to center. If I'm not 100% sure how loud I want to have an element in my mix, for example, with this plug now, it's a creative decision. Do we want to have it just in the background like the strip suggested, or do we want to have it a little bit more prominent in the mix? What I do is I listen to it twice. And while I'm listening, I'm moving the fader. First time, I start from the loudest and dial it back until I think it sounds nice. And I will keep those 3.3 decibels in mind. This is where I stopped. And now I do the same thing from the other side, and I try not to look at it so I'm not influenced. I will just turn it all the way down and move the fader up while I'm listening to it, and we'll see where I end up. So now I ended at -2. So I had plus 3.3 before and now -2. So I know probably the perfect volume that I want to have is right in between those two values. So basically a little bit above 0 dB. Let's check the balance EQ. Nice. I think here we can also add a little bit of delay. Sounds great. We're getting somewhere here. The only thing missing for the drop is this sound. It's a step sound. As usual, put the strip on it. Synth chords as a preset. The presets here, like the signal type, is only like a rough guidance. So if you're not 100% sure which category, it's also fine. If it's something that's similar to what you have in mind, then it's just a help for the strip to understand what the signal is, but it will figure it out. So synth chords should be fine for this. Sounds pretty good. Let's look at the balance. Much cleaner. Now the only stuff we have left is a verse. So let's start to add this organ pad here. Synth. And also chords here, maybe. I wanna let you know we had it suddenly like hey, hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like hey, it's still burning, it's still burning. The volume of the pad is a little bit too high for my taste now. And now we have like this typical problem, how should we make a good compromise? Because it's very good, like the lead vocal and everything, the drop sounds really nice. So what do we do now? There's two different options. We can first try to see if we like the vocal this way also for the verse. So maybe we just need to dial down a little bit the volume of the pad. But I have the feeling that we still have a little bit of room for the vocal to be louder also in the chorus. So let's just put it also to 0 dB. So it's exactly the same volume as our kick drum, which can work very well. So let's have a listen to the drop. I think it sounds really great. It was a good move. So always trust your ears. And now we also don't have too much of a hassle to get the piano or this organ in here. Fits much better now. And let's look at the balance EQ. Sometimes it's not really about the volume, it's sometimes also just about overlapping frequencies. So let's see what the balance EQ says to this organ. So as you see, there was a lot of low mid energy in there. And the moment I removed those low mids, suddenly the vocal became more present. So it seems, as we know also before, the vocal has a lot of low mids and it's our priority. So we don't want to take away more energy from the vocal. We took it out from this organ and now everything sounds really nice. Next, we have this bass here for the pre-chorus for the verse. Let's add it. Let's do bass and sub bass maybe, because it's a very low subby bass. The plugin doesn't know that this bass, we only want to have it as a support for our chords. So what we have to do is we dial it back a little bit so it's not too present and just is doing the job of making it sound a bit richer and fuller. Last element, the piano. Use piano, pop piano maybe, because it's a very modern sounding piano. Sounds pretty good, but overall, I think the organ and the bass and the piano could be more put together and feel like one element. And also, as we're stacking stuff, we're also stacking the volume. So we have to consider always, is this something that should feel like one element? If so, it's very good to process it as a group. Also to make sure that the volume is correct, because if we have a nice balanced organ, piano, and we add and add, all the stuff gets louder. So we can dial it back all together and also give the strip a chance to fix this for us. So I've grouped the three elements here. And now I just do synth, and synth bass chords should be fine. I wanna let you know all we had is suddenly like, hey, hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like, hey, it's still burning, it's still burning. Just did a little bit on the balance EQ, and maybe let's also try some compression. Strip didn't activate the compressor, but maybe it's doing something cool. So we can try also to use a little bit of parallel compression on this bass. Parallel compression just means that it is mixing the compressed and the uncompressed signal, which can be a really cool effect. And this longer line here is an indicator for a sweet spot of the reduction amount. So this CN line here, if it moves until this longer line, then we know we're in a really good spot of the amount of reduction we're applying. Let's do a little bit of the parallel. Maybe even some multiband compression. Hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like? Hey, it's so burning. I made it a little bit louder, but only like 1 or 2 dBs. This is always stuff you really have to listen to. You can use this trick with going from all the way up to down and from down to up to get the sweet spot that you want to hear. But this is now like the real final touches. So the last thing we want to do is to get our track release ready by mastering it. We use the strip now on the master track. And now it's important that we play back the loudest part, the chorus. Now go to mix and master. If you want to send your mix to a mastering engineer, for example, or master it later, you can use the mix bus preset, which will be a perfect preparation for the additional stage of mastering. As we're instantly doing the master now, we can use the master preset. Let's have a listen. What you did and what it feels like, it's still burning. It's still burning, it's still burning. So hey, do you wanna know what you did and what it feels like, it's still burning. It's still burning, it's still burning. So hey, do you wanna know what you did? Sounds really good. As you can see, I did a little bit on the balance EQ. I was just following the guide of the line in the middle a little bit. But this is all stuff now that's really up to your taste. Do you want it to be a bit brighter or not? So if you're not sure about anything of that, just leave it like it is and you will have a great result. But if you have anything that you want to add from a creative point of view, for example, you have a certain sound in your head, then you can easily use all the tools here. You can also try to check the smoothing panel once again. There's some stuff that still came up with a selectivity like 50%. Let's do a bit of a lower reduction so it doesn't affect the full mix too much, but makes it a bit smoother. What you did and what it feels like, it's still burning. It's still burning. Of course, you can play around with the transient designer, add a bit more of compression or multiband compression and stuff like that. But really don't overdo it. That's not the point of mixing. If you have a good result, be happy and don't overcomplicate it and overthink it. This is not what mixing is about. Mixing is about making the song sound as good as possible. And mostly, this is not by making super complex chains of stuff trying to fix here and there. Mostly it's just this nice logic to mixing how sound works that the strip is helping you so much with. If you have any questions or are not sure about a setting or anything, you always can click on the Let's Talk About Mixing button here and start to chat with the digital version of me to get some more insights and so on. I hope this was helpful. I'm sure now that you watch this, all your mixes will sound great and I'm looking forward to hear them.